Most history books ignore the massive African empire that once rivaled Rome, Persia, and China for dominance. High in the Ethiopian highlands, the Kingdom of Axum rose quietly before suddenly seizing control of the world. Merchants from distant lands arrived in Adulis, finding a civilization far wealthier and more organized than they expected. Ships carried ivory and gold, yet captains realized they were trapped in a web they could not escape. The kings here did not just trade goods. They minted gold coins that circulated in markets across India. While Rome struggled with borders, Axumite soldiers strangely marched east, crossing the sea to fight on foreign soil. Stone inscriptions found in the Arabian desert document a confusing presence of African troops deep within hostile territory. The Roman Empire needed goods from the east, but every single shipment had to pass through Axumite hands. Rival empires watched with jealousy as this highland kingdom began dictating the flow of luxury goods worldwide. Massive granite obelisks pierced the sky, marking the graves of kings who wielded absolute authority over their subjects. They were the first sub-Saharan nation to mint currency, signaling a sophisticated economy that demanded international respect. Amidst this golden age of wealth, whispers of a radical change began to circulate through the royal court. The old temples stood tall and imposing, yet the ruling elite seemed ready to discard centuries of tradition. Traders noticed that the symbols on the coins were shifting, hinting at an internal upheaval that puzzled outsiders. Control over the Red Sea was absolute, but the motivation behind their aggressive expansion remained unclear to many. Roman emperors paid heavy taxes to Aksum, unable to bypass the blockade that suffocated their eastern supply lines. India sent ambassadors to the highlands, acknowledging a geopolitical force that had seemingly appeared out of nowhere. The Axumite military machine was efficient, utilizing iron weapons and organized tactics to crush rebellious tribes and rivals. Their obsession with holding territory in Yemen defied the logic of typical land empires seeking continental expansion. As centuries passed, the kingdom stood at a crossroads between its ancient heritage and a new world order. The stability of the state relied on maintaining fear abroad and strict loyalty at home among the nobility. Historians have long debated why a thriving empire would suddenly risk everything to alter its fundamental cultural identity. One wrong move could shatter the trade monopoly that fueled their armies and built their towering monuments. The answers to these strategic puzzles reveal a calculated brilliance that preserved their dominance for centuries to come. Aksum invaded Arabia to destroy Himyarite pirates who threatened the shipping lanes essential for their immense wealth. By seizing the Yemeni coast, they secured both sides of the Red Sea, turning it into an Axumite lake. Rome and India depended on Aksum because the kingdom mastered the seasonal monsoon winds that powered all transit. They utilized the port of Adulis as a mandatory stopover, taxing every single cargo moving between the continents. This geographical stranglehold allowed them to inflate prices and drain significant amounts of gold from the Roman economy. King Azana abandoned old gods for Christianity to align politically with the rising power of the Byzantine Empire. This conversion was a strategic maneuver that solidified diplomatic alliances and opened new commercial markets for their merchants. The crescent moon on their coins was replaced by the cross, broadcasting their new allegiance to every trader. With the Red Sea secured and Rome as an ally, Aksum reached the zenith of its global influence. However, the heavy reliance on international trade eventually exposed the kingdom to economic shocks from distant foreign wars. The rise of rival powers in Persia began to disrupt the maritime routes that sustained the Axumite treasury. Environmental degradation and erratic rainfall slowly eroded the agricultural base that supported the population of the capital city. Their grip on the Arabian coast eventually slipped, breaking the dual coast security that had guaranteed their maritime supremacy. The spread of Islam later isolated the Christian kingdom, cutting it off from the trade networks it built. Axum retreated into the defensive safety of the mountains, leaving their coastal ports to crumble into the sand. The empire that commanded the seas vanished from the map, leaving only stone pillars to prove its existence.